So hey Skipoli. Today is an English video, which is crazy. And I'm walking you through tier 3 when you realize all the tiers are the same story of the wedding of Aeneas and Dido. This is basically the same as tier 4. It's just not in poetry format. It's just in prose. So here we go. They're out hunting, right? And then it says, meanwhile, the sky begins to be mixed with how big? With a great murmur. I'd say like a rumbling or something, anything that sounds like that. Because this word is supposed to sound like the sound it represents, if that makes sense. And then the cloud follows. So we had a rumbling and then we have a cloud. So we got a storm coming. And it is mixed. See, mixed is right in there. With, what was this one again? Grando. It was hail. And then the Tyrians, and do you remember which ones are Tyrians and which ones are Teucrians? Let me know. Tyrian, what were these, like comrades? Scattered around. This is a word that's used in academic articles, actually. And the Trojan youth. So these are the two groups of like young men out hunting. And the Dardanian, grandson of Venus. This is a Trojan hero. So who's that grandson of Venus? I would like to know. They are feeling fear, Metu, and they seek diverse or different tecta, which means roofs, but that's standing in for houses. So just the word for part of the thing standing in for the whole thing. So roofs instead of houses. So they're looking for houses for shelter through the fields because the storm's so bad. And then there's so much rain that these streams rush down from the mountains. So that's kind of an exaggeration, I'd say. And then Dido and the Trojan leader, who's that, I wonder? Dido and the Trojan leader come down to Aeandum Speluncum. It's hard to say. The same cave. Oh my gosh, what a twist. They end up in the same cave for shelter. I wonder what's going to happen. And then in there are two goddesses. So first there's the goddess Telus, which is the same as Terra. So she's like the goddess of earth. I think the ground, like the soil, not like the whole planet, but whatever. So Earth and Juno, and Juno is a, not handmaiden, what is it? Lady in wait, no. Crap, what is it? At the wedding. Maid of honor, one of those. She's one of those. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. Anyways, Earth and Juno are at the wedding, and they give a signal. So they have torches, because that's something that the Romans would have at weddings. Oh, it's bridesmaids. Dang it, that's what it is. Okay, and then there's still storms. We have flames shined or flashed. So I think you can imagine what type of flames that refers to. And then the ether or the air is conscious of the wedding. So the sky sees what's going on in the cave somehow, which is a little awkward. And the nymphs, and those are like kind of half divine, like they're not human, but they're not gods. The nymphs are in the mountains, and they ululate. So they give a cry of joy, like they're celebrating the marriage from the highest peak of a mountain. And if you don't remember what ululate, I can't speak. what ululate is, then here you go. It's pretty terrifying. So, Dido and Aeneas did it in a cave. And then here's what happened after. That day was the first cause of grief and the first cause of evils. And Dido was not, in fact, she was not moved by appearance. This is where we get species from, because animals used to be classified by their appearance. So it comes from the Latin specie, or appearance. So Dido wasn't moved by appearance, which means she didn't care about how things looked to other people, that she was sleeping around, which was like a big no-no back then. Nor did she care about fame or like the rumors that were going around about her. I'm noticing a lot of neithers and ands and all those conjunctions showing up. And another one, she did not, and I ran out of paper. This was really hard to write. It like hurt my hand to write all this, so I'm sorry guys. It sucks that you have to write notes all the time. Forgot what that was like. Anyway, thanks Cleo for this little decoration. And she does not now, Dido, does not meditate on a furtive love. Furtivum means like a thief has stolen something. So we get the word in English furtive for secret. So she's not trying to keep things a secret. She calls it a marriage openly, even though, as we know, there were no human witnesses, which is a legal requirement. And she covers over her fault or her guilt with this name. She uses the name of marriage to hide the fact that she's violated her vows to her dead husband and all this other stuff. So that was tier 3. So tomorrow with tier 4, you're going to do a Flipgrid video walking through tier 4 and some of the literary stuff going on and showing that you can follow what happens in a kind of general sense. So I'll give you more instructions about that. But anyway, that's all for today. Walete.